Good afternoon, councillors and staff, and welcome to the Environment, Innovation and Energy Committee meeting. And welcome back from to councillors and from a well-deserved break. And I know our staff have been back into it now for quite some time, but I hope you had an enjoyable break. Just a reminder, councillors, to please be advised that this committee of council meeting is being recorded and live streamed. By speaking at this meeting, you agree to being being recorded and live streamed to ensure that if and when you speak, you are respectful of others and use appropriate language at all times. Cabonne Council accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures made during the course of this meeting. The recording of this meeting will be made publicly available on council's website. Item number 1, applications for leave of absence. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Nash, seconded by Councillor Rawson. Have applications from Councillor Beattie, Mayor Beattie, sorry, Councillor Batten and Councillor Poole. Everyone, and Councillor Weaver as well, sorry. She's not on this committee, but yeah. Thank you. So again, show of hands, all those in favour. I should try it. Against. Thank you. That's carried unanimously. Item 2, declarations of interest. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Nash. Are there any declarations?
Nothing to declare.
None to declare. Thank you. All those in favour? Against. That is carried. Thank you. Item 3, declarations of political donations. A mover and a seconder, please. Moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Nash. Thank you. Are there any declarations of political donations?
Nothing to
declare. Thank you. All those in favour? Against. That is carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 4, the innovation technology update. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Nash, seconded by Councillor Rawson. We'll go through these individually, and I'll ask staff to speak on each item, and then each item for questions if councillors are happy with that approach. So the Eugowra solar treatment plant, mid-scale solar plant, sewer treatment plant, mid-scale solar plant.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Project update is as per written, but it is progressing well. We got the contractors, construction contractors taking ownership of the site, and they are progressing well. So those photos in the report taken last Tuesday during a site visit. That's of interest. That's 2 pallets worth of solar panels that have been installed, and they've now installed water off them. So 30 pallets have been installed in the last week. So they're making very good progress. Site conditions are pretty favourable. Yeah, all the timing's going well. We are expecting a certified plan from Essential Energy this week, which will allow the one voltage contractor that will works.
And just reading the dot point 2 there states that energisation date from the 5th of March to the 9th, from 5th of May to 9th of March. It's just the other way around.
Sorry.
Any questions or comments from councillors? Councillor Ross.
Just yeah, congratulations for getting it going, and it's looking good. Very glad to see this up and running, and I think it'll be a great boon for the council. Yeah, perfect conditions to get it underway too. Yeah, good.
Have it been
So we actually graded it and then rolled it, and then we've done some vegetation control to knock down the lucerne that was emerging, and then the contractors also whippersnap pretty hard the areas that they're working as well. So before they start installing the mounts for the array, they pretty much driving it down to better.
Thank you. Councillor.
Looks pretty high. So does that mean that you can have the sheep under them or not?
No, so they're only about 600, the low points are only about 600 mils high off the ground. Yeah, by the time you've got some cable and cable trays suspended underneath that as well.
Thank you. Nothing further. We'll move on to the artificial intelligence workshop with council leadership team. An update, Nathan, please.
So this is a pretty exciting initiative between the local government procurement and Telstra. That's sort of come up rather short notice. Towards the end of last year, where council applied to undertake a strategy session with our leadership team, which is happening tomorrow, with the idea of teasing out all the opportunities that AI presents and how we might apply them at council. The funding also gives us the ability to identify as a collective a pilot project and then implement that as well before 30th of June. So, yeah, it's a great little bonus to be able to get that underway pretty quickly.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Through the chair, just a comment. It's really good. I'm really pleased to see that. And yeah, if we can keep up with all the technology, that's the way to go. Thank you.
Just a quick question. Recently at the Audit Risk Improvement Committee meeting, we had a presentation, or there's some work happening around cyber security at the JO level, and I know this is artificial intelligence, but how will that support, like these two going hand in hand, how will that support us reducing our risk around cyber security?
This is a good question. Any technology poses risks, cybersecurity risks in particular in this instance. So that'll have to be managed during any implementation of any project, just like any other IT or digital project. Yeah, this is just another consideration to keep in mind.
Thank you. Any further questions? I will put that report then. All those in favour? Against? That is carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 5 is the environmental services update. Can I have a move, please? Moved by Councillor Nash, seconded by Councillor Rawson. And I will ask for an update. We'll take the report as read, but a verbal update from the department leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, so just going through our domestic waste contract figures. So everything's pretty normal for this time of the year. So with December, we actually had, it was around 14,000 extra kilos of recycling, which is a good little thing for the community, because we have had quite a few recycling bin audits done by Envirocom through our net waste initiative. So it's good to see people thinking more about recycling. Moving on to the landfill and transfer station sites. So we have constructed a new general waste cell at Manildra Waste Facility, and that has now been open to the general public in December. So we had to construct a new road to that cell as well, and that was complete by all recycled material from site. So we had crushed concrete from the bridge replacement project through Abergeldy, and we also had a rock shelf that we found and recycled on site to construct that road. So it was all very good results there. So just before Christmas as well, we did put in for a FOGO implementation subsidy grant. So that will help cover the cost of implementation of FOGO across the Shire. So that's actually mandated by state government as of 2030. So we have to have that implemented by then. We haven't had an announcement of the grant funding as of yet, but we are hopeful that we will be successful in that one, and then we'll start doing our education programs and that around that for FOGO implementation.
might just, yes, pause
Yep.
there if that's okay.
Yep,
Lou.
that's fine.
Questions or comments from councillors?
Yes, through the chair. I just, where's the new cell at? Is it right down the bottom?
So it's not right down the bottom, but it is, it's to the, next to the green, where the old Greenway site was. So there was a big alcove there that we had that was identified quite recently when we did our waste strategy review. And that has been the next cell deemed,
I
where we
just saw a
go.
big hole down the bottom, that's all. I just thought that must have been where it was.
Hmm.
Been a lot of work done there.
Yeah, yep.
Also with the J.R. Richards, have you had many complaints about them not picking up people's bins?
Yeah, we do have quite consistent complaints about missed bin services and the company themselves breaking the bins on collection. So that's a ever present problem that we're currently working with them.
Yeah, so who do we tell them to ring, J.R. Richards or the council?
So you can call either. So you can call J.R. Richards directly. We do triage the phone calls through the Enviro Services team for J.R. Richards as well. So either or is a good option. But yeah, we have been having problems with that of late.
I know there was a fair few problems in Manildra. What else was I going to ask you? Oh, yes, and I had people from Cargo came in and complained to me one day about the closure of the Cargo to, what's it just now, a refill station or?
So it did get changed to a transfer station, which was actually before my time here on council. So its active life was up for receiving general waste, and then the remediation for that is to turn them into a transfer station so that that waste can be actually transported from Cargo to Canoundra, because we've still got active life in Canoundra.
They just went to drop some things there at Cargo and didn't realise that they couldn't put them there, so they were told to take them to Manildra. So how big a life has Manildra got?
As per our recent waste management strategy review, it was about 30 years. So it's still got quite a life there at Manildra.
Councillor Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Look, I've got a quick question about the tables that are there. It says percent of bins collected each month is considerably less than 100%. I wonder how is that calculated?
Thank you, Councillor Rawson. I might have to actually ask J.R. Richards that question and get back to you on that one, if that's okay. I'll take that one on notice.
Think further. Later, just quickly, Councillor Batten mentioned previously, and I know you're aware of this, Webima, but previously, all previous discussions in this committee regarding a clothing and fabric collection trial the Net Waste was running with one of its member councils. The previous Deputy General Manager of Services had committed to providing a report to the committee. Just wondering if that would be possible to come forward to a future committee, please. On behalf of Councillor Batten.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Chair. Yes, most definitely. I can get that done for the April meeting. I've got pretty good insight to that initiative. So yeah, I'll be able to present that at the April meeting.
Thank you. There's no further discussions around recycling and rubbish. FOGO, we'll move on to cemeteries.
Yep, thank you for that, Mr. Chair. So just with our cemetery maintenance, it's been a little bit quiet of late just with no rain. We have been on top of all of our vegetation management. But one thing we have been focusing on, which has been a little bit of an issue previously, has just been subsided graves. So our cemetery maintenance officer has been working quite hard to make sure they're getting topped up and getting managed quite quickly. Just with, I suppose, the rain that we did have, and then obviously dry weather, it just makes them drop. So yeah, we have been working pretty hard at getting all of those back up and looking very well.
Thank you, Councillor O'Ryan.
Is it, my understanding is the graves are actually dug by contractors to the funeral directors. So
Yeah, that is correct.
was it there? Because I became aware of the Canoundra ones. Some of them are pretty ugly. Is it that they're not doing it properly that has caused that, or is it just because of the rain and everything?
I think it could be a mixture of both because with the contractor that the funeral homes do use, it's recently been taken over by a new owner, and they are constantly doing trial and error with the grave filling. So we have had discussions with the contractor about making sure that they use all the fill that does come out of the graves in future, just to try and alleviate that subsidence. But that'll just be something that we work with the contractor and help manage through council.
Further questions or comments? Thank you. Ranger Services.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, so barking dogs continue to be our trend for the ranger services. So Canowindra is still being quite problematic for all of these issues. And that's where the majority of time is spent with our ranger attending to these. And then we've also had 2 minor dog attacks that have been addressed and resolved through both parties, and the information has been administered to the companion animals database as per requirement.
Questions or comments? Councillor
Um, I don't know whether this comes under Ranger Services or Biosecurity, but I had someone in Canowindra the other day ask whether we were going to do anything about the Indian minor birds. In South Canowindra, apparently there's an issue there. I said I wasn't sure if it was out of me, but yes. So is that Ranger or Biosecurity?
So previously that's been dealt with by a separate department, so I can definitely take that up with them and see if there's anything that can be done.
The person lives on the Woodstock Road, so across the road to Carrashire. But I'm assuming, I mean, I've not seen them at our place, but there must be a real issue with them out South Canowindra.
Yeah, no, we have had a couple of reports of the Indian miners and then also the pigeons in town as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got minor birds at my place, heaps of them. They only just come the last year or 2.
Quick question. Just reading here, you said about the barking dogs, and it says that a lot of working hours are spent tending to this problem. Should barking dogs even be considered an issue for the ranger?
Yes, most definitely, because they come under the noise pollution. So yeah, that's actually one of our core functions is dealing with, I suppose, correct ownership of companion animals, and that is managing their dogs' volume throughout the day.
Thank you.
Councillor?
Thank you. Just a quick question. Obviously over the Christmas break, there was an increase in dogs in our pound. Could I just grab, or could the committee just grab an update, please, on what happened over that period and where we're up to now, please?
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, so we have had quite an influx of dogs into our temporary pound site. Our ranger is managing them to the best of his ability. So we've actually rehomed 2 of those long stay dogs over the last month, which has really put the problem back down to manageable. The pound build is still going ahead. So we're currently in chat with Barnsons to get an effluent study done, which was a requirement under our DA requirements. So it is still moving forward. Yeah.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? We'll move on to biosecurity.
Yeah, so we had the Weeds Action Program grant funding application. So that got submitted back in November 2025, and we have had confirmation that we've been successful. So it's gone from an annual competitive grant back to a 4-year fixed grant, which has been good. And we're actually successful in getting nearly $130,000 in funding per year for the next 4 years, which has been an increase by 14,000 from previous years. So not a massive increase, but an increase nonetheless, which is going to be very good at helping with our cost. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, so the biosecurity team has been focusing on just their typical spring summer weeds, so serrated tussock, blackberry, St John's wort, and silverleaf nightshade. And I just do want to note that stick nightshade has come up at previous committee meetings, and it is starting to become even more prevalent in the western part of the Shire. So our weeds officer out there is finding more and more little pockets and infestations, which originally it wasn't meant to grow in the drier parts of the Shire, but it's proving a lot more hardy than I suppose what was first thought. So we are actively treating those and trying to manage our little infestations of sticky nightshade as best we can. We are having mixed results with chemical, and that could just be due to plant stress. But we have been working with LLS and DPI as well to get it listed as a weed of national significance. Because, yeah, I don't think anyone knew that it was going to be such a big issue across all parts of New South Wales. But yeah, it's just spreading like wildfire, unfortunately.
Might be a good motion for local government conference in the future as well, from that angle. Any further comments? Councillor Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. How many have you got on your biosecurity team that goes around doing inspections?
We have 3 biosecurity officers.
And they just sort of rotate around the Shire. Okay. The other question that came up in Progress Association meeting I attended recently was what's our role in relation to dealing with these sort of notifiable weeds that are generated from the pine plantations and national parks in the area? Do we have any role? Do we have any say over what they can do in those lands?
Yeah, most definitely. So under the Biosecurity Act 2015, when it was first implemented, it was implemented as tenure neutral. So we could actually put what is, I suppose, a notice, which is a biosecurity direction, on other state and government entities if they're not controlling their weeds and if they are under management in our Shire. So yeah, most definitely we have done that in the past with local land services themselves. So yeah, definitely something that we can look at if I can get some finer detail from that one.
Well, certainly there's a few people concerned about serrated tussock up near the mountain and also blackberry, which is like everywhere. But a lot of it is generated from the particularly the pine plantations, and it's just they're very concerned about it spreading out of those areas, and whether or not we have any role in constraining or getting the forestry corporation to be doing something about it.
Yeah, council definitely do have that regulatory role that we can act upon with other government entities. So yeah, I know that one of my weeds officers has been actively speaking with national parks and forestry, so I can see where they're up to with that and move forward. Thank you.
Yeah, through the chair, we had a lot of trouble with that St John's wort last year. So, but it was sprayed, so it's a horrible thing to do.
Thank you. Any further comments or questions? I'll put that report then. All those in favour? Right. Unanimous, against, so it's carried. Thank you. Is there any other items councillors wish to know relevant to this committee?
Oh, I'd just like to thank Kane's team. When we had a big storm, there was trees on my fence, both sides, and the boys got in and took them straight off in the morning. So could you pass on my thanks?
Well, thank you for that, Councillor Nash.
Thank you. If there's nothing further, thank you, leaders, for your support for the committee today. And I'll close the meeting. Thank you.